Last episode, we ran our first code. Today, we are going to learn how to store data, and this is where JavaScript starts to feel more like a real language. Okay, guys, let's get started. What is variable? Variable is like a container or a box that holds something. You give the box a name and put something inside and use that name anytime you want to use what's inside that box. We have three ways to create a variable in JavaScript. We have the var, we have the let, and we have the cost. But let's forget about the var because it's too old and it causes problem. So we only focus about the lets and the cost in this series. So what is the difference between let and cost? We use let when we understand that a value will change later. For example, we say age equals 20, okay? And we say, and we say age equals 25. Say now if we come to the browser, you will see 25, right? So this is trying to tell us that let's change a value. Now if we say let age equals 20 and we say age is equal to 20, the value has changed. A clear example is this one. And now let's come to the cost. Okay, let's come to the cost and we say cost app name. If we come to the browser again, you will see vendor alert because it's the app name that we give to the cost, and cost does not change value. While let allow a value to change, cost does not allow a value to change. Okay, now if we say now if we say app name equals WhatsApp, it will never change. Now you see it give us error, uncatch error, assignment to constant variable at script. So you understand now. Let allow a value to change, but cost does not allow a value to change. So now let's head over to data type. What is data type? A data type is a classification that specifies what kind of value a variable hold. Okay, not all value are the same. Okay, a name like titles is a string. And this 20 is a number. It's a number. And we have boolean, which is true or false, which is true or false. Okay? So we say cost name equals, this is a string and this is a number. Okay? Uh, this is boolean. This is boolean. Okay? Say, so we say cost equals, so cost name is equal to title string and cost age equal 20 is a number and cost is developer is equal to 2 is boolean. These are the major data type that we use, but developer mostly use boolean about 90%. Okay, so name like titles is a string, age like age like 20 is a number, and true, anything that is true or false is boolean. Okay, anywhere I see true or false, it's always boolean, and developer uses it 90%. Okay, so now let's head over to null, null, and undefined. Okay, so null here is when you set an empty string on purpose. Okay, so null here is when we set it deliberately on purpose. Okay, but undefined here is when we forget to give it a value. This is the one that JavaScript gives us, and this is the one that we set deliberately on purpose. Like, for example, we want to collect data from user, but we don't know what that data is yet. So we are going to set it null on purpose. Think of null as an empty cup you choose to leave empty. Undefined is a cup you forget to fill. You understand the difference now, right? Okay. So now let's head over to typeof. What is what is typeof? Okay. Typeof tell you what type a value is. Super useful when debugging. If something is not working, check typeof and you will see often find the problem immediately. So now let's see like console.log typeof. Now you see, if we open the live server, you will see string, number, and boolean here. So typeof is super useful. It helped debugging problem immediately, like instantly. Okay, we are going to create first name, last name, age, country is developer in a variable. Okay, so So we say console.log again, and we say console.log again and country. Console.log again, and we say we didn't put the country, so we added country is equals to, okay. Now you see my first card, first name, last name, and country, and then developer is equals to true. So we see this first name, okay. Now we see this first name here, my first name. Now you can see the first name and the titles and the mic, which is the surname, like the last name I mean, they are there's no space between them. So how do we give them space in JavaScript? So now you have seen it now have a space, right? So first name and last name. This is the name, full name I mean. Okay? This is the full name. Okay? So congrats. This is your first real JavaScript program, small but real. Okay? So now you know how to store any piece of information in JavaScript. Next function, that is where we make our code actually do something.